Why not put it directly into their music, right? Well,
Uh-huh.
two answers for that. You're raising capital from banks using your credit, which means that that money has to be repaid in a specific period of time, and it has an interest rate attached to it. And so therefore, before you use money to fund your career, that money should already be making money on its own in order for you to not have bills to have to repay to anybody. Because you don't want to have to lose your focus of taking money out of your music career to pay someone for bills that you don't need to have to deal with. So the best thing to do is to put that money into the number one asset generation tool that we know of, which is real estate. But not just any kind of real estate, the type of real estate that is short term, practically about a year, and the kind of real estate that's managed by experts who know everything there is to know about real estate, who do nothing but real estate all day, and who understands exactly where to go to get the best deal and when to exit the market so that they can have the most profit, to minimize risk and maximize profit. That's what the Artist Financial Program does. So with someone who has the kind of credit, 680 or higher FICO, that's the first criteria to be pre-approved to be in the Artist Financial Program. Now, let's say that someone has a credit score that allows them to get, say, $100,000 of financing. That takes us to the second part of the pillar, which is the cash advance. We know that artists need money to put into their music. We know that they need that marketing engine to push them forward. But the marketing engine needs capital. So what do? We advance that artist anywhere from $8,000 up to $30,000 of the money that was raised on their behalf. We give it to them in cash.
Wow.
As long as it's for the purpose of using to advance their music career. If you're looking to buy a $30,000 car, this is not the program for you, because all you're going to have is a $30,000 headache. But if you want to put 30 grand into your music career, this is a great place to go, because that 30 grand is going to have a definite purpose and how it's going to be utilized for the purpose of your music career. Now, the rest of those funds that are left over after that $8,000 to $30,000 advances given to the artist, that money is invested into one or more real estate properties that Kensington International manage, rehab, sell, and utilize all of the profits to pay off whatever monies were loaned by the bank to that artist. And then they take the rest of that money and they split it up. And the artists get a cut of that money in addition to the monies that they already received up front from the advance. So therefore, they don't ever have to come out of their pocket to do anything. We leverage and we use our expertise to help them stay focused on music while we do the heavy lifting of making sure that deals are done in a timely manner. So that's the cash advance. Now, number 3, while the cash advance is working for that artist, we now have the artist getting plugged into the Artist Financial Program's resource network. And this is where AFP assists artists to develop a short and long-term business plan for their music career. A business plan is ridiculously important for artists, because think about if you were building a building, if you were designing a giant building, the first thing that you want to get done is a blueprint. The blueprint is going to give all the plans of how this building is going to look and how it's going to function. Same thing with your music career. You have to have a seriously well laid out plan about how you want your music career to go. And then the Artist financial program is going to plug you into those resources that's going to help to execute that plan. But you know, the old saying goes, if you don't have a plan, you're definitely going to fail. So if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. We don't want our artists to fail. That's not their purpose for connecting with the AFP. They are going to succeed. So the best way to guarantee their success is to help them to craft a business plan. Once the business plan is crafted, then they're able to actually be accessing the entire resource network that includes nationwide repository of affordable business, production, and marketing services that are essential to setting up artists for success in the recording industry. So just think about if you had to have a contact list of all the key pieces of individuals and parts that need to be played to enable an artist to actually be successful. Those are the parts that are available in the AFP resource network. Finally, we get to the actual real estate part. Let me know if you can still hear me, okay? Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Jerrod, are you there? Jerrod? I think I lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. So we covered the first three pillars. Now, here comes the last pillar. While the artist is plugged into the resource networks to get their business plan executed, to really begin to actually be an artist and learn from other luminaries in the artist field, now Kensington International, the real estate mavens, are now going to be utilizing their skills to actually put the rest of that money that the artist brought to the table through their leveraging of their credit to actually do a real estate deal. So therefore, Kensington is able to handle all aspects of the real estate deal, including identifying profitable markets, the acquisition, the renovation, the management, the sale of the investment property. And this partnership enables the artist to generate real estate profits while continuing to focus 100% of their efforts on advancing their music career. This is what is known as done for you or facilitated real estate. But we do it for the artist so that the artist can do what the artist does, which is produce music and market themselves. This is the four key principles of what the AFP is all about.
So with AFP, marketing is a major factor as well.
It is one of the most important factors. It can't exist without marketing. Because we don't want an artist to actually get an $8, $20, or $30,000 cash advance from us, and then they still have to scratch their head to try to figure out, now, how do I put this money to its best use? We don't want them to have to waste that money probably investing in tools that are not going to give them the best bang for their money. We already have the tools and the network of resources already aligned. All they have to do is plug in.
Okay. So all the way around, even for the music industry, it's still, ties that can be used they can utilize to help their career as well.
Absolutely. Now,
Okay.
one of the things that we give access to the artists is what we call our AFP magazine. It's like it's on the website. So if any one of the artists listening to you tonight decide to click on the link that you provide to them, that link is going to send them to the AFP website where they could actually start the process of becoming an AFP artist. One of the things that I want them to know is that this company is not just some group of people who have no clue about music that decide to just, slap a logo together and create a nice snazzy website and say, I'm going to go ahead and, help artists. It's very important that you inspect the people who are trying to help you. because the worst kind of help is the kind of help that is voluntarily coming at you that you never really asked for. So, who are really involved in the AFP? Well, the founder and CEO of the AFP, his name is Ian Edwards. Ian Edwards is no stranger to the music industry. Actually, Ian Edwards is the son of the former vice president of Capitol Records, Wayne Edwards, and the two-time Grammy nominated singer and songwriter, Angel Rose. So
Wow.
he is also a partner at Kensington International, and he attributes his life change to real estate development. You see, having gotten his mother into real estate, as well as helping many entrepreneurs get in, Ian sought to bring this opportunity to indie artists and to give serious artists who are willing to bet on themselves a real chance at making a living doing what they love. So his father was a vice president at Capitol Records. As a child, he was running around the halls at Capitol Records. He cut his teeth on vinyl records. He understood from a child exactly how the music business runs from the inside. I mean, his dad is one of the people who actually called the shots. So it makes sense that someone who grew up in the music business from the management side would have a desire to make it possible for others who could not be part of that elite group have access to it. And that's what really the AFP is all about. There are other leaders. There's another gentleman we call Free. Free is also one of the best people in the business who has an astonishingly amazing career. You just got to look at the website and see his bio, because the amount of things that these guys are doing for musicians are only possible simply because they are not just talkers. They've been eating the same dog food as well. These folks are accomplished in the business world, but they've seen the challenges that others who has great talent but doesn't have the resources to get their music out there. And so finally, we have an opportunity to actually help them. And that's what is happening here. That's what this is all about.
Indeed, indeed. And I definitely want to keep these episodes going. I did put this as part one because I knew it was going to be more to pack in episodes. So this is
Yep,
basically what this show is basically about, talking about business and everything, the merchant side of stuff. And I definitely want to do a part two with you. We have like a minute left of the show. I wanted to get your agreement on to do a part two so we could give the audience more and continue off where we left.
absolutely. I'm all down for it. I mean, I'm here. I know that we are all busy. I'm honestly very busy, but I'm not too busy that I can't make time for you and the folks that are following you, because it's really what we're here to do. We're trying to make solutions for the better world. So I think one of the things that we should think about covering in one of your future programs is credit, and how to understand credit, how to use credit, and how to make your credit better.
Indeed.
That way
And
you
I
could
have,
actually be able to, credit is a big deal. And I'm an expert on credit. So I'm ready to talk about credit whenever you are. But that is a foundational idea that a lot of people don't understand how their credit is affected or even calculated, and what they can do to improve it, maintain it, and fix it.
indeed. And I do appreciate you, Mr. Black, for tuning in and getting this information out with me. And we will definitely set up another episode for on with part two of the AFP talk. And
Absolutely.
I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and want you to have a good night. And we'll chop it up some more, get things going.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I really enjoyed it. Let's do it again very soon, okay? Thank you so much,
Okay,
Jerrod.
we'll do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. And there y'all had